So I called today seeing art because I felt like we've just been seeing and experiencing so many things, over the past year, and then just kind of holding our breath for the inauguration and kind of seeing how that was going to go. And so Jason and I recently went to the Longview Museum of Fine Arts. They have their permanent collection out right now, which I really recommend going to see. They've got some really phenomenal stuff out. And there were two of the artist statements that really stood out to me. And I just took pictures of them with my phone because I wanted to remember them. But then, as I was, thinking of a topic, I thought, well, let's just talk about art because it's a good thing to talk about when you have the freedom to do so. So one of the artists, there was a sculpture there, and this statement is by Charles Eli Arnold, and he starts like this: exploration, exercise, and expression. These are the three X's that form the basis of my creativity: exploration of self and surroundings, exercise of skill and abilities, and expression of ideas and emotion. I have a strong belief that the only limitations we humans possess are those we place upon ourselves. My work relies on understanding and overcoming false boundaries disguised as limitations. I try to challenge myself at every available opportunity as a means of self-construction and improving qualities. I sculpt for many reasons: to purge emotion, to invoke emotion, to promote the free flow of thoughts and ideas, and to encourage individuals into interactive dialogue. All of these reasons, however, rest comfortably under the blanket of my desire to create something interesting to observe. I manage to find intrigue, inspiration, and ideas in common objects and everyday scenes that I gather in my day-to-day life. Another one, this is a statement that someone made about an artist. It was John Leeper. He's the director of the McNay Art Institute. And he made this statement about Cecil Cassivier. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but he said, as a representative of the age and its demands, Cecil is a strong defender of this right, as a creative artist, to produce what he feels to be honest and representative. Whether or not he fulfills society's expectation is not the basis of his decision. The man and the artist are indistinguishable. The man, like his work, is a paradox. He is introspective and lonely, but in the next stroke, gregarious and sympathetic. In whatever he creates, the viewer senses power and purpose, which is aimed at self-realization. So as I begin to think about those quotes on my own, which I can post on the website, the Facebook site, if you like, I just begin to think about, as humans, we have a desire to create as well as destroy. But we also have the ability to see both as beautiful or necessary at times. But what is it about art that draws us? After all, it is just something to look at, right? Simply decoration? I remember seeing hanging pictures on walls of doctors' offices or a sculpture in some yard. Church buildings are some of the most beautiful pieces of art, with their molded doors, stained glass windows, and ornate altars. Yet, do we really see the art? Do we stop to examine each facet of each piece? Can we identify with any of its components? Can we have patience with its details? When I go to art museums, I take so much time to examine the displays, so much that I feel that it's too much at times. Others go on after a fleeting glance or a brief stare, and I wonder to myself, did you even see it? Judging others' time investment has forced me to reflect on my own interaction with art and wonder why I spend so much time with it. Maybe I'm just trying to get my money's worth, but more likely, I've learned to appreciate each stroke as if it were an entire organism on its own. Having a daughter who paints with such detail has given me insight into the world of an artist and the devotion to capturing each shadow and each accurate angle for a work that awes me. And maybe that's it. I enjoy being on. Every shaking leaf on a tree, And each blade of grass that catches my eye while sitting outside is a gift of beauty and devotion to detail by its creator. I love pet flowers on the table, but not as much as I enjoy lying in the grass, combing over each tiny flower with my eyes. Tiny flowers that only shade the yard with their gentle hues from afar. And that's the thing about seeing art. It requires time to fully appreciate each aspect that the artist clearly wanted to be included. The artist who had an idea, who formulated a plan, and then implemented it, also gives way to the art piece's own natural evolution. We all see something a little differently when we see the same piece of art, even from the artist's own interpretation. We can use those different interpretations to create dialogue, which expands the artist's original idea even further than he can imagine. Art creates a space where we can truly explore, exercise, and express ourselves, our abilities, and our humanity. It's a place where we join to share our own experiences. It's a place, if we are willing, that we can see. And that's it. So I thought what